Hi there, Dr. Vicky here with the Shift Happens channel. Today, we're going to talk about, well, I've been gone for a minute or two, right? I've been on my own manifesting journey, and a lot of you have reached out, so I appreciate all the concern and the questions. And I'm going to address some questions and some success stories as well. I still continue to coach. I got a little busy with my other job of teaching teachers how to teach. Uh, but here's the thing: I every time you see a coach online, you think, "Wow, they got it all together." Right? They know how to do all of this. They have been through it. And yes, we have been through it, but that doesn't mean that we don't struggle. We're all human. We all have that human experience. And let me tell you, I kind of went through it for a minute. All right. And I'm going to talk about that more throughout my um, the future videos. However, right now I want to talk about just the basic concepts of manifesting, and really it is who you identify as. Who do you truly wake up and say, this is it. I'm changing. And before I even dabbled with Neville Goddard and Dr. Joe Dispenza, all the greats, right? When I decided to become a teacher, I probably had some habits that didn't quite align with being a good teacher. So the minute I decided I wanted to do it, I decided with absolute conviction, that's what I want to do. But if I want to do that, I have to live it throughout my entire life, not just, okay, I'm going to go to school and be a teacher and I'll be a teacher during that time of school. No, I took on a whole nother lifestyle. I wanted to clean up my act, so to speak. I probably drank a little too much and probably smoked, right? Some bad habits that I picked up along the way. So the minute I decided to be a teacher, I quit those things. And those are just habits. And I had to get out of that dynamic of those triggers of wanting to have a cigarette. So drinking coffee, right? So I changed my daily routine. I got out of the situation. And so I created and I started visualizing, and it's not like I was even intentional. I was just like, that's what I want to be. So I had the end goal. And then I just focused on the daily routine. I'd sneak a peek out here a little bit, but I'd continue. Like, okay, I enrolled in class. I did my classes. So each semester I was just focusing right ahead of me. Take a peek at my end goal, but continue. I changed my lifestyle. I changed everything I did. Now it's no different than running. If you've ever run or jogged or whatever, you have your goal. Like, okay, I'm going to do a 5 mile run. I know exactly my path. And then I don't sit there and look straight ahead and go, okay, look at that big hill. I might look at that hill and go, oh God, okay, I know that incline. I'm going to keep my head down and keep moving my arms because I know moving my arms, my feet will follow. And so I just keep going and going and going and going and going. And I don't look up because the minute I look up, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's when you question and doubt. That's no different than really manifesting. That's how you manifest. It's like, okay, I want this, I have this goal, and now I'm going to go ahead and do all these actions. Again, I learned a lot in this time away. I think, well, I started out with law of attraction and with Abraham Hicks, and I still listen to her. I think there's a combination of law of attraction and law of assumption. And I think it's a great hybrid to have because there is something to say to feeling good, but there is also something to say to embracing those negative emotions because they are there for you, right? But let me go back just a little bit. When law of assumption kind of came into my life, I wanted to feel like I had control over what I was going to do and how that was going to interact. Well, I got too in the control phase of how all this is going to work out. And I was too scared to allow the universe or God, source, spirit, whatever, to take over. because then I thought, well, I'm not going to get what I want. Well, the thing is that I think, especially with law of attraction, there was always that concept of you don't have to do a thing. You just imagine and it'll just come to you. You do have to put action into it, right? I was sitting around waiting, like, oh, all this money's going to just come. This book is going to get written just by me just thinking about it, visualizing. I am really feeling it, right? I am an author. I am a teacher. I am a whatever it is that I wanted at that time. And okay, yeah, it felt good, but it didn't quite happen. I had to put some action to it. So just know that you do have to create action towards your goal, towards your whatever it is, if it's a person, place, or thing, whatever it is that you want. It's always the top three: love, money, and health, right? And so whatever it is, you throw it out there, you see the end goal, and then you come back and you have to take steps. You did this your whole life, right? Don't make it any more difficult than what it is. Think about times that you wanted something and you decided that's it. So going back to my teacher phase, I decided I wanted to be a teacher. That's it. And the minute I decided, I took action. Not only did I change my habits, but I visualized and I envisioned myself. That's who I'm going to be. And then I took action. I started applying to different colleges. I started interviewing for different colleges, and I found the best fit for my timeline because I was a little bit older and I wanted something a little sped up. I was like, okay, I got this. And so then all of a sudden you enroll in your classes and you focus on your classes. You finish that semester, you enroll in another class, and you just go on and you just stay focused right here and now on you. I didn't think about I thought about my students. Yeah, I thought about my curriculum a little bit, but I was more focused on me taking the steps to achieve my goal. And yes, that is a goal. Whatever it is that you want, it is a goal. And you do need to take action steps. And yeah, a lot of them were inspired because I didn't think about it. I didn't doubt it. I just went, yes, that's what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going. This is how I'm going to get there. And okay, I said the how, but I didn't quite know what school I was going to. I didn't quite know what class I was going to take for sure. I didn't even know where I was going to end up, right? As far as being a teacher. I just knew I was going to get a job. Yeah, there were moments where I was like, I'm not so sure, you know, but it came to fruition, right? I just was like, oh, well. And my interview, let me tell you, my first interview was horrible. My principal had to kind of help me along with some of the questions. I was like, oh. And I walked out of that interview thinking, well, I tanked that. Let's try for another job. Before I even started driving off, I got a phone call and they offered me the job. And I was like, wow, okay. You do take action, but you don't question it, right? And you don't sit there and go, does this feel good? Just go, yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. And you won't, even if you make a wrong step, there is no wrong step. It's just like, that didn't work out so well. I'm going to go this way. That's life 101. You've been doing this your whole life, right? And so let's not question it so much. And just know that you do have control over what you want. The desire is there. It was there. It was planted. It's a seed. But we get too much into the desire and we start thinking and like just sitting and, okay, it's going to come to me. Yeah, it is. But you also have to move your body, move it, get going, live your life, let it go. And I'm going to talk more about letting go and how I was able to let go, because let me tell you, I am an overachiever on overthinking, and I'm an overachiever on trying to control everything right here and now. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video, and I will talk to you about how to let go. All right, until next time, go ahead and like, share, comment. That's how we build our community. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.